Last operator standing. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Reloading. C4 ready.
One op 4 remaining. Op 4 eliminated.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing an operator guide on the new op coming to Deep Freeze, Tubarao. We're going to be talking all about how to play as Tubarao, how to use Zota Cannister, and how to rank up and excel while playing Tubarao. First, let's get started on his loadout. So you have the MPX without a 1X, which is a big deal. And then you have his AR-15, which you guys might know as Maverick's DMR, which is still a pretty good DMR. It's just undershadowed by Maverick's M4, which is a good gun. The M4 is, you know, a better gun. But for a defender, having a DMR is honestly massive because the only other defender that has a DMR is Rooney, and this gun has less recoil than a Rooney's DMR, and it does slightly more damage. So you're going to be able to two-shot people to the chest that are 3 armors. So here's a really good DMR. The only downside is it does have 10 bullets. So you have the choice between the AR-15 or the MPX with 1X. It's up to you on what you decide. I'm personally rocking the AR because DMRs on defense are crazy. Then you have Sledge's pistol, which is probably one of the best pistols in the game. If you have to have a pistol, 50 damage with 15 bullets. I mean, it's pretty good. Then the Nitro and a proximity alarm. This is a no-brainer. You bring the Nitro, especially with some of the tricks we're going to show you guys today. All right, now let's talk about Tubarao's ability, the Zota Cannister. So you throw it, it'll freeze everything in that area. Any attackers that walk into it are going to be really slow. They'll be able to fight, but they're not going to be able to run. So it'll work like a banshee, and it'll last about 12 seconds. So it doesn't last super long, and again, they can just shoot it, so you do need to place them carefully if you are trying to throw them at attackers. Now let's talk about what else his ability is good for. So let's say the wall is getting breached. I can throw a Zota Canister at the wall, and the thermite or the ace charge or the Hibana, whatever is on the wall, will not go off, giving plenty of time for a bandit, mute, or anyone else to come stop the wall. And if there's no one here yet, I can just throw another one and just basically keep the wall closed for 12 seconds times 4, so about 48 seconds. If I really just want to keep that wall closed for as long as possible, giving my teammate time to come over and trick the wall. So Tubarao paired with a wall denial op is super strong. So let's show this thing again. As attackers walk through this, they're going to leave footprints like so. You're going to be able to see their footprints even if you throw it at the ceiling above you. So let's say I hear somebody up there. I'm not exactly sure where. It has a pretty big radius. I throw, I'll be able to see their feet, and I can nitro them from underneath. Just make sure not to throw it in the frozen part. Let's say I see them kind of walking out the radius. I'm gonna throw it over there and blow them up. So functioning kind of like a pulse. So Tubarao is really good for helping keeping a wall closed, or for, you know, pairing potentially with pulse and really working the vertical. Like let's say you have a Tubarao, a Solus, and a pulse playing from underneath. They can't plant, and they can't be above you. They literally have to come downstairs and clear you. Granted, that is 3 defenders downstairs. You don't necessarily need all 3 of those in combination, but if you do, they physically cannot be anywhere in sight without dying. So Tubarao is a very strong operator, but he's not the main wall denial. He's not the main Nitro from underneath guy. Like, he's just kind of like a secondary guy. He can kind of do it all. He's very flexible op. Why I personally plan on playing him a lot. You're very flexible. You can do a lot of different things, but you're not really the master of anything. So why should you bring a Tubarao versus any other operator? Well, let's say you really want to keep a wall closed, or you just want, like, you know, more presence underneath, a flexible roam op, etc. Like, let's say there's an air jab on that door, or like on that like ledge. I don't want to have to walk up and shoot it, or there's a claymore on the corner. I'm gonna just throw a Tubarao like so, and disable the attacker utility as well. And I can just walk right by it like it didn't even exist. So Tubarao is super strong when it comes to that. And let's just check out this gun for a second. It does have 10 bullets, but this gun is crazy good, and you don't really need to go 4 headshots. It does do 67 damage, and most people that you're going to be shooting against are going to be around 110 health or 100 health. Like, quick little double taps. That's all you're really going to have to do is you run around as Tubarao. So let's say, when do I want to use his ability on the roam like this? If there's an air jab or a claymore or attacker utility I want to destroy. If I feel like I'm getting pressured from multiple sides, let's say I'm getting pressured from over here, pulls over there. I can throw, let's say, a Tubarao like so, just to stall that guy out while I deal with this guy. And I can come back around and deal with this guy. Yeah, well, let's say he's like right here about to swing. He hits the Tubarao, he's going to want to back up and shoot it because he thinks he's getting swung. It'll give you a couple seconds, which is going to be the difference between you winning in 1v2 and you dying while getting pinched. So, super strong, super good. So, a normal round is Tubarao. I'll either start on site next to our wall denial, or I'll start on the roam. Honestly, really flexible in what you want to do. EMR in the roam paired with the nitro is never a bad thing, especially with its decent speed. He is a decent kit for running around and just fragging out. But if you just want to play on site near the wall, that's honestly fine. You can, I mean, you won't be able to stop the wall entirely on your own, but you can keep the wall closed for at least 48 seconds while another wall denial comes up, or you can just keep a wall closed for 48 seconds. Remember, the attacking rounds are only 3 minutes long, and the only way for them to open up that wall is to... I was lost for a second. Is to Maverick the wall, because Maverick will be able to get through that wall very easily, but he will be in the frost, he'll be making noise, and he'll be slow, making it pretty easy for you to deal with if you choose to do so. And this gun, I've said this before, but this gun is so great. You can use it to open up lines of sight really quick if you need to. Not a problem. So normally I'll do something like this. I'll reinforce a wall. Let's say I'm trying to hold this outside room because this is a normal place that attackers might come in from. I can hold an area like this. Watch the door. Watch that side door. And if I ever feel like I'm getting pressured, I can just pop one of these and get out. Or let's say I'm holding over here. This is a really good spot because a lot of people will come up the staircase. I can play Overwatch. And if I want to get out, I can just toss one like that, and it'll just slow them down for a little bit. Because again, like, if an attacker is like getting worried about getting shot, and then they're in frost, they're like, have to spend a second to look for it, which is valuable time that your team can use to actually take them out. But yeah, I expect Tubarao to have a lot of different play styles, and a lot of people are going to play Tubarao in vastly different ways. Because again, he's just such a flexible operator. Whoops. What's that hip fire? Not great. Yeah, he's just a very flexible operator. Have some fun. Use your Zota canisters when you feel pressured, trying to keep a wall closed, or, you know, trying to go for a nitro if you're a sicko like I am. I mean, here is kind of hard, but like you can follow the feet and then, like, you know, hit them with the nitro as they try to retreat. It'll work a lot more than you guys think. You guys will see it in ranked, trust me. And go nuts. Attackers that counter Tubarao, obviously the Maverick, like we talked about, you will be able to Mav torch through the wall even if it's Zota canister, but you're going to be in the frost and you're going to be slow, making noise. It will be easy for defenders to potentially stick their face through your holes and deal with you. That's pretty much it, because EMPs aren't going to stop it. So what attacker really counters Tubarao other than Maverick? The only thing that really counters Tubarao is time. Making another little mini game on the wall where the thermite or the hard breacher placing their utility, picking it up, the EMPs going off, the defender wall denial going on and off. It just becomes a little mini game of who's going to open the wall or keep the wall closed, making it a lot harder for attackers to actually make it through. Remember, the Tubarao only last 12 seconds. You do have 4 of them, so you can replace it for up to 48 seconds. But, you know, you can stop it instantaneously. When I see the thermite charge going off, you throw it and it's instantly stopped. And then, you know, your bandit can just waddle on over, boom, and, you know, it's stopped. The Thatcher will have to come over and EMP, and then the bandit can just pick his stuff up while you Tubarao again, and you can place it back down, and then the thermite picks his ability up, and it just becomes a back and forth over and over that just wastes a lot of the attacker's time and utility, and potentially destroys and wastes all of their utility, making it so they can't really open the wall. So you just have to play it smart, and that's pretty much it. Defenders that Tubarao pair well with, I mean, we've talked about this quite a bit already. He's really good on the roam, so, you know, the Pulse, the Solus, playing that underneath gameplay, you can really pair well with those roaming operators. But again, just be careful that you don't have too many people off site, because, you know, if they take side, then you're in trouble. But if you're playing underneath correctly, hopefully that doesn't happen. And just to keep a wall closed, the Bandit, the Cade, and even the Mute will stop those walls pretty easily. But remember, you do have to make sure that if the wall breach is going off, that your teammate needs to place something down so it will stop the wall. All right, guys, that is it today on how to play as Tubarao, the operator guide. I will be doing a follow-up guide to this a couple weeks into the new season of Operation Deep Freeze, showing some gameplay off and, you know, really just exploring everything about Tubarao and what makes him special to the defending lineup. With this new grenade change, I definitely, and the addition of Tubarao, I definitely see this being more of a defender meta than ever, as Tubarao is a super flexible operator that you're probably going to see a lot in higher elo, because if a decent player with a fairly high IQ is running around as Tubarao, it's going to be incredibly hard to really coordinate things, because he can just put everything on halt, throw off your timing, and just make it so all the attackers have to just funnel through a door or down a staircase. So it'll definitely be annoying to have to deal with, and good for you. So make sure to comment, subscribe, and like for more. Peace out. Until next time.